Okay, I'm back, and as you can see, I've actually finished it now with all the what do you call it, paper napkin. What happened was, last night I came back and I set the camera up and I zoomed it in and made sure the lighting was right and everything. And I forgot to press the record button. So I sat here chatting away and doing this and didn't realise. And I went to look at the footage this morning because I was transferring it over to the computer, and well, I wanted to, but there was nothing there to transfer except what I'd done previously. But never mind, because it's all dry now, and that means I can get on with the next part. Don't know if I'm going to be able to remember what I was chatting to you about though, so sorry if I'm not terribly chatty. I've had a busy day today. So I've been wanting to get on and do this, but I kept getting distracted by things. So needed to sort out some emails that I needed to answer, and that took a really long time. And then there's a lady that I write to on Facebook regularly, and we always write really long messages to each other, so that took a really long time. And then just as I settled down this evening to do this, my sister phoned, and she likes to talk for hours. So finally I'm getting to do a little bit more on this before the day's completely over. Now I'm just looking at what I want to put next. I definitely want to put her there. I was thinking I wanted to have the word Paris up here in the corner, so I might glue that on there. I think I might just trim this down a little bit by tearing it. Yeah, so a day of communication it's been. But never mind, it's good catching up with people and chatting to my sister, so, because I haven't spoken to her in quite a while. She was saying that she's been doing the same thing as me, is thinking about calling, and then looking at the clock and realising it's probably a bit too late. For me, it's the other night it was 20 past 10 at night, and I thought, no, that's probably a bit too late to make a phone call and disturb her and her hubby. Now what else? I played around a little bit more yesterday, and I decided I probably want to use that and some beautiful flowers that have that sort of vintage look to them. So there's just ideas I'm throwing around, possibly a butterfly, maybe a bit of ribbon, maybe some beads. I thought about the butterfly, but now I think it's probably really not a right colour match. These aren't probably either really, but they're a little bit, at least that one's got that sort of yellowish colour on it. I'll think about that a bit more. Maybe those wooden things, although they might be a bit big, I don't know. Just tossing ideas around. Oh, I did pull out a button that Dee from Betsy Doodle made, which is really beautiful. Copper look to it. I like that a lot, so I might include that in there. And then I've got some taggy things. Got the Eiffel Tower there. I've got some pink, which I'm pretty sure I do want to use. This was from Irene from Seriously Scrapping. So, I got these flowers too, so I'm going to have probably a lengthy play around trying to decide what to include and what not to. But I should start with gluing. Actually move these in case I spill glue on them. And I'll start by gluing these down. Good, I like the way this is looking now with the napkin all over it. I did have a bit of trouble around the edges, but I ended up, I sort of overlapped it, so I had to cut the bits back so they don't interfere with the closing, and I'd pulled some of the paint off, so I repainted the edge, and it's still a bit of a tight fit, but I imagine that will sort of hopefully work its way loose a bit after time. It'll probably chip the paint off, but we'll see. Alright, so I'll start with the Paris. Hopefully that'll blend in alright underneath, with the roses underneath, I mean. Hopefully will look alright. Lots of glue there. Yeah, I've been thinking that I've got quite a lot of napkins now that various people have very kindly given to me in Happy Mail and swaps. And I've been thinking I really should use them because they're just sitting there collecting. Oops, I think I overbrushed that then. It's gone really wrinkly. Stop it. Ooh, I'm a bit nervous about this one because I don't want to ruin her. Now, I might need to think carefully first of all before I decide to glue her down definitely. Now I thought of trimming this off. Which way does that go? This way. So I need this end. Trim it so it's shorter, smaller. And I thought about sort of running it maybe part way up. So that means that I have to move her over a bit because I don't want to interfere too much with that Eiffel Tower. Don't think I want to go all the way. I'll just trim that now and see what I think. I don't have any other ribbon or lace that would go with it. Where should I trim it? Just above those little parts there. And these scissors that are broken, my daughter was laughing at me the other day. She says, "Why do you keep using those stupid things? Why don't you get some good ones?" And I said, well, they still work. They still cut, and I don't mind them having a broken handle. They still work alright. Because we were looking at scissors when we were in the shops together, and she said, "Oh, you can get some new scissors." And I said, "No, I've got far too many scissors already. Smaller ones anyway." That's when she started teasing me about these. I don't know if that's going to look alright. Maybe it's still too wide. I cut into her. Maybe I should fold that down. I tell you, when I do something, I take forever to decide on things. And then quite often, if I'm just crafting on my own while listening to videos, I will try things in so many different ways, and then I'll be halfway through thinking up one idea and then something else will pop into my head, so of course I've got to stop doing that and then go and try this other thing. It's crazy. I always have been like that, in the sense that I find it really hard to make a decision. I can't sort of quickly say, alright, that'll do, or very rarely can I do that. Oh, Clyde. He just farted. I hope you didn't hear that. I think that looks alright. Like that. And then my idea is to colour this and I want to sort of prop it up a little bit. I know I didn't want anything two-dimensional, but I'm thinking now I do want something a little bit dimensional, because let's see how much room I've got. If I open it right up, it's not going to hit the bench, so I think that should be alright. That's my thoughts anyway. So that like that, with this, which I will colour up, propped up a little bit. I don't know how I'm going to do that, maybe with some little, I don't know, puffy things or some glue. And then I wanted to have some things sort of sitting in there, but I don't know for sure. Let's glue her down first. Alright, so that's probably the right position. Oh, really hot. Just clean my brush again. I've got the heater on 22, I might turn it down a bit. My sister lives up the mountain and she was saying how cold it is up there, much colder than us down here. And I have the heating up really high because it helps with my pain. And she was saying that they have the heating on but it's still fairly low. I suppose to conserve energy too, because it would be pretty expensive heating the whole house. I've got a big house and it would be pretty expensive trying to heat all of that, so they have an open fire which they use up one end of the house, and they generally sort of hang around up there during the winter, which I suppose most people do when it's really cold. She's going down really nicely, that's good. I'm a bit scared to put glue over the top of her. I'll do around the edges. I don't know, are you supposed to put glue right over the top of it? I can see the colour of this coming through. I hope it doesn't stay like that, it might sort of ruin the look. Oh well, it's a bit late now, isn't it? Sorry, just drinking some coffee. I suppose I should glue it because it will protect it. Ooh, wish me luck. No, it's fine. It's actually easier to work with than the napkin. It's not quite as delicate. I heard someone say, because I watched a video and they were using one of these type of images, what looked very similar paper and that, and they were saying that it's rice paper. So I don't know if this is rice paper or not. Maybe you can tell me if you know, Josie. Oh, it's not going down too easily there. Let's put lots. Brush strokes don't show up too much. I'm nervous because I haven't done this before. But that's how you learn, isn't it? Doing new things. Looks a bit streaky, but hopefully it'll dry clear. So I need to dry that. One thing I have noticed though, which I'm happy with, is that drying it with the hairdryer doesn't leave it as sticky as I thought it was going to be. It's still a little bit sticky, but I like that. It's not as bad. Anyway, I'm going to switch off and I'll dry it up and then I'll come back. Okay, I'm back. It's the next morning and I'm really disappointed. She didn't work out. You can see she blended too much into the thing, and so you can't see the how beautiful she was. I'm really disappointed that I didn't make an effort to learn how to use that properly, because I've never used this images on rice paper before. So I really didn't know what I was doing and I stuffed it up really bad. I feel really bad because I feel like I've ruined a beautiful picture that Josie gave me. Yeah, I was so upset last night and I thought, oh, what can I do now? Oh, I see I've ripped a piece there. I don't know how that happened. I spent many hours last night scrolling through images, free printable images on the internet, seeing if I could find either her or another image that I could use instead and put over the top, because I can't leave it like that. It just, to me, I think it looks terrible. And no amount of decorating around it is going to make it look any better. It will make it look worse. So yeah, I had to give up on that. But this morning I was talking to my hubby. I did find some images that I liked. I'm not sure where I've put them now. And I had to resize them, so it took me ages because they were sort of wider that way and I needed to have them thinner and stretch them that way, but I managed to work that out. And in the end I showed hubby, and I'll show you what I have left on this sheet. I can't really use because that's too small, they're way too small, and that's way too big. So I asked hubby if there was any way that he would be able to resize that large one for me, and he did. So I got one that size. And what I did was I glued it's just printed on copy paper, so I glued the image onto some card so I don't have that issue of the background coming through, and I glued it with glue stick so that I wasn't going to have any problems of it wrinkling and damaging it. So I thought I can put that over the top, and that still goes pretty well with the case, I think. And then I can do whatever I want to do. I also didn't like this. You can't really see it well enough. I'll show you on the other side where it's pale, and you can see it stands out much nicer. So I also did another one and put that on some card, and I'm thinking of sticking that over there so it shows up better. Another image that I looked at is this one, which I really like. You can hopefully see that okay. So I was thinking I might do something on the back as well, and I'll probably put her this way, but I will keep this flat. I won't put anything or two-dimensional. I might put maybe a flower or something, but nothing bulky. But I thought it'd be nice to have both sides decorated, because I can stand it up like that and you can see either side. So first of all, I think I'll patch this bit up. I'm really upset that that's torn off there. So I need some scraps. Hopefully I've got a little piece I can use of a flower. Maybe not quite dark enough, but I'll try that. It's very quiet here today. My hubby's gone off to the horse races, and our son's away for the weekend. And I was planning to have a day in the garden, but the weather's not as nice as I thought it was going to be. It's not too bad, it's not too cold, it's just overcast and windy. And hubby tells me it's going to be nicer tomorrow. It's going to be a lot more sunny, and so I think that'll be better if I have a day in the garden tomorrow and catch up on a few things. Oops. Yes, it's just me and the boys. The boys are outside at the moment. They wanted to go out and romp around and sit in the sun when it came out. And then I tried to let them back inside, and they're snuggled up asleep in their kennel at the moment. They've got 2 kennels, one each, but they always go in one together. So they can snuggle up together, which is nice, and keep each other warm if it's cold. Alright, so get a thicker brush. But yeah, I'll bring the boys back in soon, because it's getting a bit later in the afternoon. So yeah, let's have a drink. And put these bits of napkin away. And now let's see if I can do this without stuffing it up. Let's start with this piece here. Let's use this as a glue as well. Oops. Yeah, so I'm thinking if I ever get something I haven't used before, I'm going to look into it properly so I understand how to use it and not waste it. Oops. Yeah, I still feel really bad about that. It's such a shame. It's just wasted now. I thought about if I could lift it up, but there's no way. It's stuck, and if I tried, it would just rip into pieces. So probably best just to leave it. Might just glue over this. So that it gets incorporated into the back. It just switched off on its own. 8 minutes goes by quickly. Alright, here we go. I only have one copy of this. He gave me 2 copies of the other picture in case I made a mistake. So, I'm hoping, I'll just slow down and stop rushing. I'm hoping it works out alright. Our eldest son dropped in earlier, and he was on his way to get a haircut and just stopped by to have a drink and a chat. And he said he's going to be sorting out his stuff today, and he might come back later this evening and bring me some stationery stuff that he's not using that he thought I might be able to use, which is nice of him. Better get this down quicker, it's starting to dry up already. I'm going to stand up so I can make sure I've covered the other bit properly. Has to be up like that. Okay, I hope my hands aren't dirty. Where's a card? Use a card to press it down. I think I need to add more glue to the edges. So they're curling up a bit. Do that with my fingernail, I'll leave fingernail marks on it. Yeah, I don't want this lifting off, so I will have to put glue over the top of it, I think. Not much to tell you today. This is quiet. My stupid throat still needs to be cleared all the time. Big gust of wind blew up just before. Alright, I hope this is okay. by doing this. Just don't fuss too much. Oops, there's a lump there. See, this stuff dries pretty quickly. You can feel it dragging on the brush after a little while. It's starting to dry. I hope I don't end up with too many ugly brush marks. Alright. Let's wipe the excess off. Okay, I'll dry with the hairdryer. See how we go. Alright, so I stuck it down and I did an extra layer of the glue so that it's all even. Unfortunately, I did get a few brush marks there, but it's not too bad. You can only see it on a certain angle. So now I can start decorating it a bit more, which I already had to play around with stuff so that I didn't take too long deciding in front of you guys. So I ended up thinking that I like this instead of the other pink lace, instead of this one, because I think that matches better with the colours of her. So I want to put some of this on. Not sure how I want the end of that to go. Probably like that. Might turn it over a bit. Yeah. I think I want to do it all the way up. Don't know why, but I only want it part way up. So I'll cut it off there. I need to sort out, glue that down. Didn't think about this part ahead of time. So if you can hear it noisy at the moment, I've just put the heater on. It's up high, so I can blast the air out quickly, and then I'll turn it down. Just the thing's just above the camera, so it might be a bit noisy. Alright, I might use gel medium. It always seems to work best for me on fabrics. Don't have a lot left though. So I'll try and stick this down first. Which may or may not work. I should have used hot glue. I'll just snip that bit off. Make it easier. Yeah, I should have used hot glue, shouldn't I? Oh well, I've started this now. Very sticky, sticky, sticky. Just press it down with the card for a bit. Oh, I hear it creaking. Ooh, where did that come from? A little bling thing fell off. I hear a siren of some sort just coming now. Don't know what it is. Police or ambulance. I can't tell the difference these days. I used to be able to tell the difference. Oh, I stuffed that up. Lump. All my glues seem to be ending up with big lumps in them. Maybe they're starting to get old, dry out. The heater's turned itself down, or at least the fan part of it's dropped down a bit. Probably looks funny with it ending abruptly there. Oh well, I'll do something to stop that from looking weird. Just wash my fingers. Right, I might leave that to dry and I'll be back. I've got to go get the dogs anyway and bring them inside. So I'll be back soon.